Good morning. Welcome to our Sunday studies. I'd like to kind of begin a series today. Like to look at some very important statements Jesus makes about himself that are recorded in the Gospel of John. Now, the reason I think these statements are so important is because they are definitive statements about who Jesus really is. Now, the first one we find in John chapter 4. Let me set the context. Jesus is passing through Samaria. His disciples have left him to find food. He is at a well and he has a conversation with a woman. Now, the Samaritans kind of worship God. They had a temple to him, but because of the moving in of peoples after the Assyrian captivity, their worship of God was really watered down. But the woman did know something as Jesus starts talking to her, quite honestly, regarding worship. Verse 25 says, "The woman said to him, 'I know that the Messiah is coming,' who is called Christ." John defines that for us. "When he comes, he will tell us all things." Jesus said to her, "I who speak to you am he." So, sometime reasonably early in his ministry, Jesus tells his followers, "I'm the Christ. I'm the promised one. I'm the one that God promised all the way back when sin entered the world with Adam and Eve. I'm the one God promised through Abraham. I'm the one God promised through Moses and the prophets. I am the Messiah, the Christ." Now, what does that word mean? Well, it means anointed one. And as we look back to the Old Testament, we find that there are three groups that were anointed: prophets, priests, and kings. And guess what? Jesus embodies all of those things. He spoke for God, which is what a prophet does. He was a priest in that he will become the high priest to offer the sacrifice for sin. And he is a king because he came to establish his kingdom that one day he will deliver to God. So what does that mean to them? What does that mean to us? Very simply, Jesus is someone to be honored. Jesus is someone to be respected. Jesus is not someone to merely look at as we would some other human being. Jesus was the embodiment of everything that God sent in the Old Testament to prepare his people for the coming of Jesus. 350 plus prophecies will be fulfilled by Jesus in his lifetime, all of them pointing to the Messiah. Not one failed to materialize. Not one failed to happen. So Jesus, as the Messiah, is the promised one. The one for whom all the Jews from the time of Adam and Eve had been looking for. He's the one we need to look to because he speaks for God. Only he can offer the sacrifice for our sins. And he, once we accept and obey him, will be the king of our lives. And one day that king, according to Paul, will deliver his kingdom to God and the Father. And so the first I am of Jesus in John is, I am the Messiah.